Because the cruise lines people swear they'll never sail again usually don't fail in loud ways. They fail quietly, in policies, in pressure points, in moments where you realize the system is designed to protect the company, not you. And if you don't know how to inspect a cruise line properly, you won't realize what went wrong until you're already on board, already paid, and already stuck. If you watch this in order, you'll know exactly how to evaluate a cruise line before booking, during embarkation, at sea, and after you get home. You'll spot red flags early. You'll avoid repeat mistake cruise lines. And you'll never have to say, we will never cruise this line again, the hard way. This is Shipverse, and this is the phase-by-phase checklist that tells you when a cruise line has permanently lost your trust. Do not skip ahead. Every phase explains the next. Phase 1, expectation versus reality. Check purpose. Identify the first silent warning signs before money changes hands. Step 1. Audit what the cruise line actually sells. Not what you imagine before you even compare prices. You need to strip away the marketing layer. Cruise lines don't sell experiences. They sell categories, limitations, and fine print. Go back to the booking page and read what is guaranteed versus what is subject to availability. Cabin size, dining access, entertainment seating, port times. Why this matters is simple. Most long-term cruise disappointment starts with expectations the cruise line never promised, but allowed you to assume. If you skip this, you'll blame the line for something they legally didn't guarantee, and that frustration compounds fast on board. Pro tip. If a cruise line uses vague language like it varies by sailing or may be modified, assume the lowest quality version unless explicitly stated otherwise. Step 2. Compare who the cruise line prioritizes and who they don't. Every cruise line chooses its ideal passenger. Families, casino players, sweet guests, short sailing party crowds. Look at where their perks, staffing, and loyalty benefits go. Why this matters is because if you're not the target demographic, you will feel deprioritized, especially when things go wrong. If you skip this, you may board a ship that technically fits your budget but structurally ignores your needs. Insider detail. When staffing is tight, service resources are always pulled toward the highest revenue passengers first. Phase 2, pre-cruise policy inspection. Purpose. Identify policies that become pain points later. Step 1. Read the cancellation, rebooking, and change rules as if something will go wrong. Assume a delay. Assume illness. Assume a missed connection. Now read the policy again. Why this matters is because some cruise lines quietly shifted to restrictive change policies that lock your money behind future cruise credits with expiration dates. If you skip this, a small disruption can turn into thousands of dollars trapped in non-refundable limbo. Pro tip. Look for phrases like "at the discretion of the cruise line." That usually means zero leverage for you. Step 2. Inspect port cancellation and itinerary change history. Ports are not promises, they're intentions. Look up how often this cruise line cancels ports, shortens stays, or swaps destinations on similar itineraries. Why this matters is because repeated port cancellations signal operational or contractual issues, not weather. If you skip this, you may book for a destination you never see. Insider fact. Some lines intentionally overschedule ports they know are frequently dropped because the itinerary sells better on paper. Phase 3, embarkation day stress test. Purpose. See how the cruise line handles pressure. Step 1. Observe check-in efficiency, communication, and crowd control. Embarkation is not about speed. It's about systems. Watch how staff handle confusion, late arrivals, and special needs. Why this matters is because embarkation reveals how the cruise line performs under stress, the same conditions that define onboard service failures. If you skip this, you'll misjudge the entire sailing based on calm moments that don't reflect reality. Pro tip. The loudest embarkation issues usually predict the quietest onboard problems. Step 2. Evaluate how problems are handled. Not whether they happen. Problems will happen. The difference is response. Are staff empowered to fix issues immediately, or do they deflect responsibility? Why this matters is because a cruise line that avoids ownership early will avoid it later, especially with billing disputes. If you skip this, small unresolved issues stack until your vacation feels adversarial. Phase 4, onboard reality. Check purpose. Identify systemic service failures. Step 1. Track consistency, not moments of excellence. One great meal means nothing. One rude encounter means nothing. What matters is consistency across dining, housekeeping, guest services, and scheduling. Why this matters is because inconsistent service usually means staffing shortages or cost cutting that affects the entire experience. If you skip this, you'll excuse patterns as isolated incidents. Insider tip: high crew turnover mid-contract is a silent warning sign passengers rarely notice. Step 2. Watch for hidden charges and friction points. Look at beverage pricing, specialty dining upcharges, internet throttling, automatic gratuities plus service fees. Why this matters is because some cruise lines quietly push revenue recovery on board through friction, charging you to avoid inconvenience. If you skip this, you'll feel nickeled and dimed without understanding why. Phase 5 Port Day Pressure Test Purpose. See whether the cruise line protects you or itself. Step 1. Analyze how excursions are timed and sold. Are excursions realistically timed with buffer zones or pushed to the limit? Why this matters is because lines that oversell port schedules prioritize revenue over passenger safety margins. If you skip this, one traffic delay can turn into a missed ship and a brutal lesson. Pro tip: if a cruise line blames local operators for repeated failures, that's still their responsibility. Step 2. Watch how independent travelers are treated. Some cruise lines subtly punish passengers who don't book ship excursions through communication delays and inflexible policies. Why this matters is because it reveals how the line views passenger autonomy. If you skip this, you'll miss the power imbalance until it affects you directly. Phase 6 Problem Resolution Phase Purpose. Determine whether the cruise line deserves a second chance. Step 1. Test guest services. With a legitimate issue, bring one real issue forward and observe the response. Do they document it? Follow up, offer solutions. Why this matters is because this is the moment that separates a never again from a maybe again. If you skip this, unresolved resentment lingers long after disembarkation. Insider detail: cruise lines that resolve issues on board rarely escalate disputes later. Step 2. Evaluate accountability after the cruise. Email follow-ups, survey responses, credit processing time. Why this matters is because post-cruise silence is often intentional, designed to exhaust passengers into giving up. If you skip this, you'll misinterpret non-response as closure. Phase 7 Final Decision Checklist Purpose. Decide whether this line belongs on your permanent no-sale list. Ask yourself one question: did the cruise line earn your trust when things didn't go perfectly? Because perfection isn't the standard. Transparency, fairness, and accountability are. If a cruise line repeatedly shifts blame, hides behind policy, or creates friction instead of fixing problems, that's not a one-time failure. That's a system. Common traps to avoid: don't confuse a fun moment with a good cruise line. Don't assume loyalty status guarantees protection. Don't accept vague apologies without resolution. And don't rebook out of hope instead of evidence.